Feeling a little blingy and chingy here. Uncover your assets this fine December Saturday. This crew, Todd Rooker, we've got Craig Nestor, we've got Derek Walgrave here, and special guest today, Heidi Pavelka from Rubicon Mortgage. You too, all week long, 855-835-8500. Now, this show, Financial Tactics for the 21st Century. Don't forget to jump online to CYA21.com. That's CYA21.com. Get your free copy of the Financial Crisis Bible. It's great information for no matter where you are in this entire process. And guys, today, we're talking, it's December, 4th and 13th, fourth quarter, 13 days to go. Where are you financially? Todd, what should we be thinking about? Because, we're all going to be hitting the diets and the health clubs in January, but what about our pocketbooks?
Well, yeah, You're not
buying this, are you?
The New Year's resolution thing and all of that coming at you. To me, it's always about money management. I'll say this multitudes of times. If anybody sits down with me, it's always this: Americans measure their financial success and lifestyle not in net worth. If a person were to focus on all the things that I own, subtract out all the financial liabilities and obligations I've got, whatever's left, there you go. That's what you have. People don't focus on that. That's why when you ask them, are you better off this year financially than you were last year? They'll cite things like, I bought a new truck and I got a boat and I built a deck on the back of the house. And I go, what are you talking about? So to them, they don't understand the fundamental measuring tool. And if they focused on building net worth month after month, year after year, well, frankly, America would be a lot better place. That only begins by spending less than you make. Simple stuff, but not easy. Simple, not easy. So that's the main thing. A New Year's resolution should be getting your finances in hand, making decisions from a position of financial accuracy, and focusing on the building of net worth and stability for your family. People kill themselves to keep their house, but you know what? When mom and dad are running around stressed and they're screaming at each other, who cares about the house? Because the house is a dangerous place to be, and everybody feels the tension and the stress. When mom and dad are walking around and they're hugging each other and everybody's got a happy and healthy attitude, the kids feel that more intensely than screw the house. It's about that. So having stability financially is the most important thing in the world, and that's what you need to do in the coming year.
And Craig, I know you get a lot of the phone calls. Your starting point with a lot of people is a pretty distraught one in most cases. But, that phone call to you is kind of the first step on the building blocks that Todd helps, and eventually the Walgraves as well.
I had a call this week, and again, it's someone that probably didn't want to have this conversation live, so they call me after the show, and both people were laid off simultaneously. They both worked at the same employer. They both got laid off simultaneously, and it took 4 months for Mama Bear to get a job, and month 5, Papa Bear gets a job, and they get back, and they are 4 months behind on their mortgage. So they call the lender, and they're working it out, and this is one of the local-based lenders. I don't want to give their name, but there's only 2 of them, so pick one or the other because they're both bad and wrong and should be punished. But the lender says, look, man, you got to have some skin in the game here. I need $4,500 to review this modification. I'm going to put you on a trial payment. So instead of $2,000 a month, your payment's going to be $1,500 a month. So let's look at it. They need $4,500 up front, and they're going to go from $2,000 a month payment down to $1,500 on this trial modification for 3 months. 3 months goes by, they don't hear from the lender, so they make that payment of $1,500 on the 4th month. The lender sends the check back and begins the foreclosure process. So they sent them $10,000. The lender took the money and then started the foreclosure process anyway. So now they got to go Christmas shopping inside of that. And so when we talk about money management, I know this is a long way around it. Inside of this right now, they're concerned about their house, and I get that they should be, but we deal with this every day when someone's up against a bank losing their house, so we don't have to bring quite the same urgency, but we've got to get a money management plan because you've got to come out the other side of this. You will not come out the other side of this better or sooner unless we do this work.
If the bank has made the decision to foreclose, it's only a matter of time. And that time during between now and the end, let's call it the end of the redemption period, where invariably either you're going to short sale it within that time or you're going to take it back. That's your opportunity to manage money. And it is more important to have a budget at that moment in time than probably any other time in your life, because when you walk away, you're still going to need a roof over your family's head. And because of the beaten up credit, you're going to go to rent and sign a lease, and they're going to look at that credit. And although you may have a plausible explanation, family history, maybe some health issues, lost job, great information and good reasoning. However, they know your credit's beaten up, and they're going to ask you for first and last month's rent, possibly a healthy security deposit that may actually be equal to 6 full months worth of rent payment in advance. And if you're not prepared for that when you walk away from your home, The shelters are all full, man. There's a lot of people in distress. You got nowhere to go. The bells are going off. This is your opportunity to gear up and prepare for the next move.
Okay, I'm going to go Tinkerbell on the bit here and think a happy thought. Okay, point taken, all of you. All right, but we're coming up toward the end of the show here, this edition of Cover Your Assets right now. And I want to talk about getting in position for that net worth. And it's not the new truck and it's not the lifestyle, Todd, like you were just saying a couple minutes ago. But Derek, you get to see this all the time. And it has to be pretty darn gratifying when you see people that are not getting into buying investment property because they expect to buy it and turn it really quick and get a big gain on the appreciation. But what are they getting instead?
Well, that's exactly. I mean, the investments right now in real estate, you're not getting this huge appreciation. You're getting a cash flow. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, when you're going in with the rates that are being offered on investment properties, and as low as they are, with the minimum amount that you're going to invest, the cash into the property, your cash and cash return is outrageous. I mean, the rental market now is it's unbelievable.
So strong.
It is. It's so strong, and you know, and again, that the clients that we're talking about and preparing through the storm, those are things that we can offer them as well with the rental properties. Mm-hmm. We have investors that are buying properties that may even sell back to these type of clients on a contract for deed. Mm-hmm. They're not going to do that if they're not the Todd approved client, that they don't have their budgets and they don't have their savings. That's the preparation that allows you to come out of this that much quicker, right away. I mean, so again, those are things that we try to prepare clients that are coming in that are going through this. And it's just a mix of the real estate investments, the investors that are willing to do, rent back or the contract for deeds. We've got homes ready for them at the end.
That's why this show is so valuable. We're not going to do just one thing. We're not going to just fire our one bullet, and maybe that's a short sale, or maybe that's a loan mod, or maybe that's bankruptcy. It is about the fall and rise again. And we are going to navigate you through this crash, and we're going to find a soft landing, and Todd's going to make sure of it. We're going to make sure that we're equipped to either land softly in our own house, or we're going to land softly in someone else's, and we're going to lick our wounds. But at the end of the day, it's an income problem. So we've got to live within our means, get a balanced budget, turn the corner, and start bringing in more revenue. And we're going to be here, all of us, this team is, from the beginning until the end of that strategy.
Let me try to direct those two thoughts so that we can get a little congruency here. So imagine this. The investor has tremendous cash flow. But in all cases, Americans are great at spending more than they earn and using those dollars. So one of the biggest challenges is that with a house that you buy as an investment property, when you're cash flowing, you can't spend that money. You need to manage it properly. It's phenomenal, the return on investment that you can get in terms of, here's my mortgage, here's my expenses. However, there's a whole bunch of unforeseen expenses like the roof and the driveway and the windows and the siding that are imminent if you keep it long term. The healthy perspective of an investor for real estate today is wonderful. You can take a look at any type of investment, and long-term investments, retirement investing, succeed ultimately in a much greater degree because people have a long-term perspective. Sure. When they're doing the day trading, they never do, and that money tends to come and go in the night where retirement dollars don't. So when you have a real estate perspective of long-term, I'm making money long-term in a slower pace, I may ultimately make more money. But I also have to remember that I got to manage that money properly and not use it to enhance my own lifestyle, because when the roof has to be fixed and it's 10 grand, you can't refinance the house and fix it in a market that's not appreciating. So you better be putting money away for what I like to call depreciative factoring to manage that asset properly. And there's one of the problems. So you got to be a sophisticated investor. You can make a lot of money, be very successful in real estate, but you have to know all the tools that you must bring to bear to succeed.
And Derek, just give me a quick profile of people who might not think that they could be real estate investors right now, but who really should check out the possibilities.
Well, again, that's a lot of people think that they can't invest in real estate because they don't have the cash, or they don't have the cash to buy the $120,000 investment property. I mean, the offers that Rubicon and the investment type loans that they can get with minimal cash in, and with the rental market as being as strong as it is and the rates as being as low, I mean, the opportunities are unbelievable. And Heidi, you can give us an example of some of the investment type financing there are.
Mm-hmm. With the investment type financing, the rates are still, I mean, you get a little bit of a hit to the rate, but it's still, you're still in the fours. And I mean, we were dealing with investment properties sitting in the 7s to 8s to 9 to 10 interest rates just 4 or 5 years ago. And now with the programs that are out there, I mean, you're still going to have your 20% down, but the return, like you said, the cash flow that you can make every single month, because the rent market is so demanding, it's a cash flow. It's really, what they're looking to do. And you can't find that return on Wall Street today.
Absolutely not. Heidi, we are at the end of the show. Give us a contact info for you quick here. Heidi Pavelka.
You can reach me at 612-294-2334.
One more time.
612-294-2334.
Heidi Pavelka from Rubicon Mortgage here along with the rest of the Cover Your Assets team, CYA21.com. That's CYA21.com. There's possibilities no matter where you are on the spectrum right now. You just need to check with the team all week long, 855-835-8500. Have a great week.